Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to show you guys something quick that I found yesterday out in the snow, and it's already starting to melt, so I wanted to give you guys a glimpse of it before it's completely gone. Gotta go outside. It's gonna be loud with the generator. Sorry. See, they're starting to melt already, but I think these are wolf tracks. They go directly under the cabin and they come out the other side. I'll show you a little bit of footage I got yesterday. Oh my gosh, you guys, I came out to turn off the generator and look what I saw or seen. Are these wolf prints? They're going directly underneath the cabin. They're huge. Now I'm not sure how well you can see this. It hasn't melted yet. But these tracks come out from underneath the cabin and they walked around the Jeep. And then they went down by Paul's truck and around the trailer and stuff like that, and then eventually down the road. But they also came back around the back of the cabin. So yeah, the only bigger dogs I know of in the area are a couple of Rottweilers down the way, and I really don't think it was either one of them. They tend to stay close to home. They tend to stay together, so wherever one goes, the other goes. And I usually only see them outside with their owner anyways. But Paul and I are pretty much thinking it was a wolf. We both have seen coyotes before, and coyotes leave a lot smaller of a print. If you've never seen a coyote up close and personal, they're just like a medium-sized dog. They look real mangy and whatever. They don't leave that big of prints. I measured it and it's a little over 4 inches, and I think technically wolf prints are supposed to be a little bit bigger than that, but I don't know. They were really deep in the snow, and whatever the critter was, it came somewhere between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. because we shut the generator off around 10 p.m. that night, and that was the night before last. Because we were going to bed and whatever, that's the time we turned it off. But Paul had to go plowing early the next morning, so he got up at 2, and I'm sure he left by 2:30, and he took the Jeep, and he started the generator back up again. I can't start the generator. My arm's just not strong enough to pull that cord. So he always starts it, and then, you know, a couple hours later I go and turn it off once the batteries are, you know, filled up. So most animals stay away from the cabin while the generator's going. They don't like the noise of it. And so, yeah, that's why I pretty much figure it was between 10 and 2 a.m.-ish, because the tracks walked around the Jeep. If it had been after Paul left, the Jeep wouldn't have been there, and they would have walked straight across that parking spot, not in a weird kind of go around way that they did. So it's kind of wigging me out a little bit that there could be, you know, a wolf so close, you know. But, you know, maybe he's just passing through or something. It doesn't have to be that big of a deal. This really long, drawn-out winter with all this snow has really taken a toll on the wildlife. Robins, in particular, are getting hard hit. They came in, I'd say, mid-March here in blue jays, and they're now dropping dead, literally, from starvation, because robins don't eat seed. So a lot of people will put out bird seed, but they don't eat that. They can eat berries and suet, so if you put that out, that'll work. But a lot of their diet is insects and poking around in the dirt, in the grass, and there isn't any here for them. And Raccoon came up on my deck again and dumped out one of my planters that I had seed potatoes in and took the seed potatoes. Go figure, huh? And then I also saw, now I don't know if this is unusual or not, but it's unusual for me. I sat there the other day watching a squirrel up on a tree eating the bark off of a stick. Now I didn't know squirrels ate tree bark. And I don't know if they're doing it, if that one was doing it because he was exceptionally hungry or what. But the woods here that I live in are 80% oak. There are a bazillion acorns out there, but they're all hidden under the snow. So yeah, the wildlife has just been taking it hard. I mean, it's April 20th and there's still a bunch of snow on the ground. I mean, all this month we should have been in the 60s. But instead, we've been mainly in the 30s and have gotten snow, lots of it. And we've been below the 30s too, we've been in the 20s. And just yesterday morning when I woke up, it was 10 degrees at 6 o'clock in the morning, 10. It's just been ridiculous. I mean, it's warming up now, which is fine, but I mean, it's highly unusual. And so it's hard on us people and the animals. And the other thing I wanted to touch on was Starry Hilder. Now, I've been subbed to her probably 5 or 6 years, and I love Starry Hilder. I just love her bubbly, happy, positive personality. And she's just always had so much good information for homesteading and being off-grid. She's so relatable. I mean, you can just learn so much from Starry. She's just a really good person. And it helps that she's also a native Wisconsinite. But anyways, her and Mr. Hilder. Mr. Hilder wasn't in nearly as many videos, but he had some good stuff too. And yesterday morning she came out with a video and I didn't watch it right away. It kind of had that title like saying goodbye to the homestead or something like that. And I just figured she was going on a trip or something because she does that fairly often. So I didn't watch it right away. And it wasn't until later in the afternoon that I clicked on it. And holy moly, I was just blown away. Blown away. I don't know if you guys watch her, follow her. I hope you do, because like I said, she's just wonderful and she's got so much great information. But her and Mr. Hilder got divorced, and she's leaving the homestead for real. He's going to stay there, and she's going to stay with friends and move on or whatever. And I am just heartbroken over it. I feel so bad for her, so bad. You can tell it's really tearing her up. And it seems like there's other stuff going on behind the scenes. Maybe other people are involved in some way or another based on what she was saying in her video, and that she disabled comments. So I don't know anything about that. I'm not going to speculate on it. Most of us know, if not from personal experience, but you know, from knowing friends, family, whatever, who have been through a divorce, that it can be really ugly sometimes. And I truly hope that's not going on for her and Mr. Hilder. But she did say that Mr. Hilder doesn't want anything to do with YouTube, and so she's going to be taking down all the videos that he's in. And that really kind of blows, because like I said earlier, just a few minutes ago, he did some really good stuff too. I understand that. I can see, you know, if he's not in a YouTube frame of mind, or just, you know, doesn't want to deal, just wants to be left alone. You know, I get that. I understand that. It's just kind of sucky for the rest of us. And it's just, you know, it just came as such a surprise, a shock, because they seem so good together, you know, and it's like, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be shocked. I mean, so many crazy things have gone on in the last 20 years in this world where, you know, how can we be shocked anymore? Things we thought that would never happen, could never happen, have. People have acted in ways you never would have thought they would have. But still, you know, it just goes to show that regardless of how long someone's been married, regardless of how well matched they seem to be, stuff happens. And stuff happens behind the scenes that we're not privy to. But life goes on, I guess. I mean, I don't know what she's going to be doing with her channel now. She won't be off grid. Like I said, Mr. Hilder's going to be staying on the homestead, and he doesn't want anything to do with YouTube. So I don't know what's going on with that. My heart really, really goes out to her. She's such a beautiful person. So just kind of wanted to talk about that, seeing, you know, what your thoughts are on it. What have you got to say about it? Do you follow Starry? Have you? Lord knows I haven't seen every single one of her videos, because she has put out quite a few. And I think it was right after her accident. If you guys followed her, you remember she got into that really bad bike accident. They live on a homestead up on the mountains in Idaho, and she was riding her bike down the mountain. She's very active, and she hit a rock or something and flew off her bike and was very, very severely injured. And you know, after she started healing up and stuff, I think that's when she got into more vlogging, where she put out videos pretty much every day. I don't think she was putting them out as often before that, and she did more of a lot of how-tos, tutorials before the accident, I feel. And yeah, so her channel started changing a little bit after that, but it was still all good stuff, you know. So let me know down in comments how you feel about the whole Starry thing, and what do you think is going to end up happening. And also, if you think those are wolf prints. And if you know anything about wolves, like, was it probably just a wolf passing through and we're done and over with, or what? According to the DNR maps, yeah, there's wolves in the area. There's also bears, but I haven't seen any of them, and I'm hoping I never will. But I did notice, though, in the last couple of weeks, I haven't seen hardly any deer. So I'm wondering if they know something's in the area and they've kind of been staying away. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. I'm just trying to figure it out. But it was nice talking to you, and you take care.